Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Rick. The video today from Manosphere Highlights Daily. Dutch Chad impregnates 1,000 women and they're after him in court to stop him. 1,000? Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. Let's get that chow. It's chow time. And women say they don't go for the same men.
But what if I were to tell you that there is a man alive today who may have fathered over 1,000 children and is still going?
The Dutch man is facing legal action for allegedly fathering at least 550 children.
En Holanda, la ley permite un máximo de 25 hijos en no más de 12 familias, sobre todo para evitar que tengan relaciones sin saberlo.
¡Más de 500 hijos! ¡Ah, caramba, cómo le hizo!
What happens psychologically to these children that have 700, 800, 900 brothers and sisters?
I didn't want to do this. It's terrible to ruin their lives every time.
Whose lives are getting ruined? Like, they're making it seem like just because you have 900 siblings, your life got ruined. Not exactly. That'd actually be pretty fucking cool.
Ik ben het er niet mee eens.
Nee.
Ik voel me ongelijk behandeld.
This Chad is amongst Chads and Chads.
When was the last time you managed to impregnate over 50 women in a year? If you kept doing that for 20 years, you would end up with 1,000 children. Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Today we're diving into the controversial story behind Netflix's hit documentary series, The Man with 1,000 Kids. Shout out to Mr. Cedric for this video topic request. Salute! This series tells the mind-boggling story of Jonathan Mayer, a Dutch man who has fathered an estimate 550 children through sperm donation.
I gotta say, this man is loaded, as in his juice is really fucking swimming.
This case has raised numerous ethical, legal, and social questions. Now, before we dive into this, we want to make it clear that we do not condone what this man has done.
Yeah.
Having this many children by different mothers in one specific area without the children knowing about each other could lead to inbreeding in the future, which is...
okay, my fault. I did not think about the inbreeding thing. Now, fuck. All right, see? You learn shit every day. You know, thought processes fucking evolve.
not healthy. However, this series is completely biased and doesn't hold these women accountable at all.
Yep,
We are
that's what
here
I
to
would
address
assume.
the elephants in the room and provide a red pill analysis of this extraordinary situation. We will chop it up in 3 chapters. Chapter 1, single mothers by choice.
Yep.
Chapter 2, why do they keep picking Jonathan? Chapter 3,
fucking Chad.
evidence is indispensable for proving or disproving claims. Disclaimer. This video contains copyrighted footage, so we will be freezing it frequently to prevent copyright infringement. A special salute to our Patreon supporters. The original video will be available on Patreon. If you enjoy our content and want the full experience, consider supporting us on Patreon. Spoiler alert! This video contains spoilers, so you've been warned.
Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we many, we many, we.
From a very young age, I always wanted to be a mom. It's difficult to describe. It's something that it's just there.
If you're gay, you're not able to have a child with another woman, of course. So I used the website Verlangen naar een kind.
But I just wanted to have a baby so much, so I wasn't thinking rationally.
I didn't find a man that would have kids with me, and the older I got.
So you were all desperate to the point of letting this man give you the child, and then now you're upset?
The desire to have kids became very strong.
So here is the first elephant in the room. Nobody's talking about these women choosing to be single mothers and how that negatively impacts their children. It's no surprise that the issue isn't addressed, especially when considering Netflix's tendency to promote a feminist agenda that emphasizes women's freedom to choose without addressing the associated responsibilities. It's well documented that children generally do better in a 2-parent household. Without a father, children, especially boys, face higher risks of video game addiction, worse academic performance, lower empathy, fewer social skills, increased aggression, obesity, anger issues, substance abuse, depression, suicidal tendencies, etc., etc.
Damn.
Why is no one talking about this? Do
Because
children
we're men.
not matter?
We're from Sydney, Australia.
And we have 2 beautiful sons.
When you're a lesbian, you're not, it's not like you're gonna have sex someday and then you're gonna get pregnant. And I'm not gonna have sex with a guy.
The series even includes 2 lesbian couples, and they all have sons, by the way. The reason why many of the world's major religions consider homosexual acts sinful is tied to procreation. Only a man and a woman can create a child. These women are using men as sperm donors for their own agendas. And no, a woman cannot replace a man in the household, no matter how masculine she might be.
True.
Biology doesn't work that way.
She's
From
never
the
grown
outset,
up as a man.
we're led to believe that these women's choices are ethical. How in the blue hell is it a good thing for women to deliberately choose to be single mothers? These women are not victims. It's the children who suffer the most from these selfish acts.
100%.
These women would rather be single mothers than date a bus driver who would make a great father. Stop the foolishness of depicting women as good mothers by default.
He has the best genes.
It is with his hair all curled up and pretty.
When he came, I was thinking,
Even lesbians
wow.
are like gawking.
He had the most kindest eyes, and he just really seemed like he was a really beautiful little boy.
Perfect skin, good body, blonde hair, blue eyes. And I'm ready to have beautiful babies.
Okay, that's a good-looking guy.
You do realize it takes 2 genes, right? If your genes are your genes and then his genes are gorgeous Chad genes, you still might not guarantee to have good-looking children.
Jeez. Well, yeah, he could be the father of my child.
The second elephant in the room is the fact that these women are superficial as F. Mate selection in modern times is extremely superficial. Despite the complexity of human beings, we process information through our 5 senses. If women don't find a man visually appealing, which is the case for about 80-90% of men, dismissal is imminent. That's the truth that hurts. And this series proves once again that women will break the rules for Chad.
When he came to my place to donate, he offered me the opportunity to conceive in a natural way by having sex.
This man, again, I don't condone what the fuck he's doing, but this man made a fucking career out of this shit. What the fuck?
When we talked about it, it made sense that it would be the most effective way to conceive. And he told me it's okay that he wouldn't tell anyone else, and it just between us, and that's it. And then finally I decided to try it on.
Of course you would. The man is attractive as fuck, and you're like, well, I'll fuck you to give you that child. You're like, yeah, okay.
Natural way. I'm ready to have beautiful babies. And I said, okay, come to the bedroom. Let's do it in a natural way. And he didn't hesitate.
This series reminds me of the Tinder Swindler, which had a similar scenario. These women were sold the moment they saw him and slept with him on the first date. This irresponsible behavior by women is a common occurrence when it comes to Chads and Tyrones. Chads and Tyrones do not discriminate and will smash the whole scale, leaving these women alpha widowed. Chad struck. Now look what happens if you're not a Chad.
The first donor we found was Leon. He was 35 with a good set of brains. That he had a job as a financial advisor at a big bank, and that he is sympathetic and kind. He suggested that we should
they get to write their own profiles, right? Like, just saying. This man could have been lying through his teeth.
meet. First time he sent me pictures of him when he was a child. So I asked him right away, can I have a recent picture of you? Because if you are going on a date with somebody, you want a picture of the guy or the girl. He sent me a picture of him with half of his face on it. And I found that a bit sketchy. But I was like, okay, let's go ahead, let's meet him.
It was sketchy, but I still want
And when I met him, I was horrified. He didn't look like a banker. He didn't look like somebody who has good sets of brains. And he didn't have any hair.
Good sets of brains? We only have one.
On his whole body.
Did you hear that, guys? He did not look the part. This is what these dating coaches are teaching you. You have to look like a success. Listen, don't pursue, but attract. Because attraction is not a choice. Chad is naturally attractive to most women because his looks are a signal of strong, desirable genetics. This is pure gold, human nature in full effect. Let's take it a step further.
And then he had a scar from his left ear to his right ear on the back of his head. So I saw the scar and I was like, what is wrong with this guy? And I thought, no, not with you, not with your genes. You're not gonna procreate with my genes. No, we're not gonna do that.
This is pure gold. Pure gold, baby. It doesn't get any better than this. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Woo! Leon is dumped faster than a stock in a market crash. This is a clear case of genetic rejection, while Chad, with his desirable traits, is immediately welcomed with open arms. Or should I say, open legs. Chad doesn't need 6 figures. Chad doesn't need $6. Sexual market value. SMV dictates this behavior. Just like on a dating site, these women selected their sperm donor based on superficial criteria.
This is why I don't think Black Pill is completely wrong with some of their assessments. I think Black Pill's like antidote for Black Pill is a little bit on the extreme side, but yes, I think looks maxing and caring about your looks and how you carry yourself is a big part of how to attract people.
Because you could see that his straws had sold out, and then a month later those stocks would replenish again, and sometimes they would replenish up to 120 vials at a time, and they were going very quick, so we knew that he was very popular.
Once again, the 1090 rule applies because all of these women kept picking Chad as their sperm donor. Stop wasting your time on these dating apps because that's the realm of Chad and Tyrone. Like I always say, follow the information that's consistent. This is happening in college, this is happening on dating apps, and now we have proof that the 1090 rule applies to sperm banks.
This man, he looked like the father of their dreams, and they saw their dream turning into a nightmare.
Disney fairy tale. Even his baby pictures got
like they even know, like they chose this, guys. They saw how fast his vials was going down and up, down and up, down and up. So it was obvious that he was getting chosen hundreds upon hundreds of times, and yet you still chose him. And now you're questioning, fuck.
Got him picked. This is pretty privilege at work. Many women remain single because they can't let go of the idea of marrying Prince Charming one day. Even women with a low sexual market value cling to this idea, especially in modern times where most people meet online. Advanced technology has expanded the reach of Chad, allowing him to impregnate women all over the world, proving that women are women first. Everywhere. These women want to stay in touch with Chad because he's a nice looking handbag for them to show off. Why is nobody talking about this irresponsible behavior by these women? Check this out.
Something snapped. I was angry, I was mad. I was like, what did he do? And why did
he didn't do anything? He just donated sperm and you all chose it. There was a selection process.
Did he do this?
The next day, I contacted Jonathan. I said him, I know about the numbers. I said, I'm going to hang you by your balls from the highest tree.
I would grab him by the balls and turn him inside out. Don't mess with him, Mom.
You chose!
These women are angry, but they met this man on the marketplace for sperm donors. A freaking marketplace! They did not want to follow the protocol of the sperm banks. So why assume getting inseminated by Chad on the sperm marketplace is safe? What if he had HIV or other medical conditions that he was hiding from you, which could be detrimental to you and the child? This is freaking irresponsible. Where is the accountability? We're watching a series about an outlier, a man on a mission to spread his seed all over the world. This man is not getting paid. But there is no series about the abundance of irresponsible single mothers by choice who are deliberately birthing bastards.
Right, again. One gentleman, 1,000 mothers. One gentleman, 1,000 mothers. Who's at fault?
Bastards to populate the planet.
Man's doing it single-handedly.
It's not a national problem, it's a worldwide problem because this guy has children everywhere. They wanted him to stop donating and asked the clinics to destroy all his semen in stock. The only way to stop him was going to court. Something like this never happened before. So we knew we will be walking into legal no man's land.
What I found most interesting about this series is how they presented the legal aspects of this case, because it never happened before. To stop Jonathan from donating sperm, they first had to establish a legal basis by demonstrating that his actions were harmful.
And then I told a colleague of mine, I think there is a way we can solve this. There is this article in Dutch law that states you should not cause harm to other people. This problem is bigger than just these hundreds of children. This problem will go on because these children will have children and they will have children. And we could provide evidence that it could be potentially harmful for these children to be part of such a big family. So this is a very dangerous situation.
See, I don't think it's that harmful to be part of a big family. The inbreeding thing would be the one I do acknowledge as can be a huge problem. But if they all kind of know and they just avoid each other sexually, then you're good. I mean, yeah, 1,000 people, it sounds like a lot, but if they're spread out amongst countries like that, I don't think... Maybe I'm just being a little weird about it. I don't know. This is a hard subject to kind of wrap my head around.
When talking about the chance of inbreeding.
This word right here, evidence. Evidence is indispensable for proving or disproving claims. Innocent until proven guilty. So based on evidence that Jonathan was harmful to others, the judge was able to forbid him from donating semen to new parents. For each violation, he will be fined 100,000 euros.
Damn.
To take it a step further, next year, Dutch law will add that one donor is only allowed to help a maximum of 12 families. That was fast. Why is that?
Right?
Why is it that based on the evidence provided in this case, the women get this man to stop donating sperm and the law changes to one donor for a maximum of 12 families? But to
or they could have just not picked him over hundreds of times.
This day, paternity fraud is not a crime. Even though evidence through DNA testing has been provided many times.
The state has been turning a blind eye to this by allowing people to sign blindly without any proof of DNA association to this child, which is allowing people to be guilty, or in some cases, of paternity fraud, which is a crime.
We made a few videos about paternity fraud. Please check them out because donating sperm can get you into a lot of trouble. They won't change these laws because somebody has to pay for these children. Follow the money. This is why this space keeps growing. Men are guilty until proven innocent. And even with hard evidence, men still have to pay the price.
Always.
Look at this. If your seeds are a blessing, you should protect them at all costs. Patreon gang, salute! Man, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been
Highlighted.
It's always the same argument of the this irresponsible man versus the tons and tons of irresponsible women. It seems to grow every single time. It goes from Nick Cannon, Future, now to this Dutch Chad that has over 1,000 kids. Please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.